Hands lifted, hearts filled with praise. A big favor unto Him, bless His name. Hands lifted, hearts filled with praise. A big favor unto Him, and bless His name. I will bless Yahweh at all times. His praise should continually be in my mouth. Hallelujah. Yes.
Shalom, shalom, Zion. Y'all already know. It's 31 folk in the room in less than a minute. Shalom, shalom. Woo! Boy. Somebody want to know. Say, why Maurice so happy? Well, shalom, shalom, administrators in the house. Y'all read the subject. Don't act like you ain't read the subject before you clicked on here. Knew it was gonna happen. I tried to tell everybody. Unto Him. Where do we have to go? All over the world. Telling people. All up to the islands. To the Holy Land. Went to Europe and told it. All over America. And then here we've been telling from the ARK with videos, lessons, sermons, and studies. Woo! That second wave, y'all. Y'all put it. Woo! Hold on, let me just shout for a minute. I told y'all, you can't stop prophecy, Zion. No. You can't stop prophecy. It's been written. It's gonna happen. Just like He said it would. Zion. He said there'll be a people. I'm going to call a people who was no people. Forgot their language. Had no clue of their worship. They wouldn't know their culture. They wouldn't know their history. They would be lost to YAH, lost to their heritage, lost to their culture. He said, but I'm going to wave my hand. He said, woo, the second time. What you going to do when you wave your hand the second time? He said, hold on. I got to hear that. Let's just run it again. Some of y'all just get in the room. Ain't but 4 minutes in. Come on in the room. Shalom. It's going out worldwide, all over the world. I know it's late. Couldn't sleep. I couldn't rest. Y'all, I got all the notes and everything is ready for the Exodus, but Most High said, why don't you just, tonight, won't you just pray, give me praise and honor and glory for the work I'm doing? I said, I can do that. We'll hit that Exodus tomorrow. But tonight, Zion, we got something to be happy about. Can you see it? Yah waving his hand, putting forth his hand, setting his hand the second time. That's what we're going to talk about this evening. Woo, 74 folk in the room. We 5 minutes in. I'm feeling good like a Hebrew should.
And praise shall continually be in my mouth.
I've been telling them.
Hallelujah. Yes.
I've been telling. I've been telling. Now everybody like, what? What's going on? I've been telling y'all. The scattering, Zion, is not the end of the story. It was necessary, but it's not the end of the story. Shalom, shalom. The scattering of our people. That's not the whole story of our people. There's a second wave of the hand. And Zion, I didn't know if I was going to live long enough to see it. Shalom, 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 niece in the house. I had no idea I was going to live to see it. I wanted to see it. I wanted to be able to be a voice in these last days to help wake up Zion. And the fact that he let me see it, hallelujah. What we gonna do? What we gonna do, Zion, but give him praise? I can't help it. Yes. We give Abba Yah praise, honor, and glory. What you think? I've been telling the world. All of the sermons, all of the traveling, all of the energy, all the time. Good to see you in the room, Jazz. Hananiah Project. Hallelujah. Boy, all of the songs, the prayers, the artwork, the labor, not in vain, Zion. The hundreds of thousands of miles Hula and I have logged traveling, teaching this message, the hours of study and putting forth material and videos, video after video, trying to encourage Zion, teaching them their language, their culture, their history, teaching them the Aleph Bet, teaching them how to study the scriptures. All of it was for one reason. It was to help wake up Jacob. And when the Most High told us to do this, and he told me to do this over 10 years, a mega church lost another church on the California, lost friends, lost companions, lost, I'm trying to tell y'all, lost money, lost salaries, lost everything, all the way down. And I just kept telling Hula, I said, babe, all we got to do is hold on, because what we're teaching This was 10 years ago. Matter of fact, when I would go online, like say like 10 or 15 years ago, you would only see maybe just a handful of Hebrew teachers. As a matter of fact, to be honest, when we first woke up to the truth, I didn't really see too many people that was actually they were out there teaching, but a lot of them weren't teaching biblically sound information. And so I was like, babe, we gotta go get this any way we can. I remember we drove 13, 14 hours one way, which means that's almost 30 hours round trip just to spend 2 days with a Hebrew scholar when we first woke up. Just so we could understand, because that's how few people were studying the language. I told her, I said, look, this thing we're in right here, I said, back then we only had, our congregation fell down from a couple thousand people down to literally around less than 100. And I said, and of course, you know, I said, it doesn't matter. I said, it may be less people. It might be less people. I said, but the impact of what this message is compared to the 21 years I spent as a Christian Black Baptist pastor. I said, this information, even though I was teaching through the Bible, I told you all that in my testimony. I said, but even though nobody wants to listen, mama, daddy, all my brothers and sisters, except my oldest, are either connected to ministry or married to pastors or are pastors. Think about that. Not one on one to hear it. Man, you crazy. Man, you out there. Man, this, man, that. What? Man, look, all the quote unquote associate ministers split the mega church and carved it up. Some people went over here, some people went over there, some people went over here. And they was teaching crazy. I've been through it, y'all. The whole city and county of Fresno, Madera got together. They wrote a letter against the Moray. He's teaching blasphemy. Let's kick him out of the kingdom. We, the brothers of the Baptist Association of Preachers and Pastors, officially kick out of fellowship Moray Yoshiyahu Dawid, that he is out of our fellowship and out of the kingdom of God at large. I remember telling my people that, boy, we laughed all day. And watch this. What is it now? That happened about maybe 7 years ago, 8 years, 5 years, whatever it was. What happened now? The whole world waking up to the very truth that Moreh Yoshiyahu and others have been put. Man, let me get some more praise. I got to praise again. Y'all don't know what I've been going through. Have no idea. This is just the time I'm praising with y'all. Is that all right? Say, man, it sound like you gloating. No. It's not gloating. Praising him. Knew it was the truth. Knew we were the children of the Most High YAH. Knew we had to learn our history. I mean, something in us just said, oh no, we have to tell the people, we're Israel. We are Israel. You mean them lost tribes? You mean the scattered? You talking about the bloodline, descendants of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob? Yes. Talking about Reuben, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, Zebulon, Judah, Levi. Yes, I'm talking about Issachar. Woo! And I said, I don't know. I said, I don't know if I'm going to live this. Did we come back? It might be buffering a little bit, y'all. I ain't gonna keep you long tonight. I just want you to know it's out. The message is out. A couple of weeks ago, I was at the beach, and the Most High said, I was preaching a sermon, and y'all might remember this sermon where I said that they brought unto YAH a man who was both blind and dumb, and it said, and the blind saw and spoke. Y'all might remember that. And while I was teaching that lesson, the Most High told me, he said, I mean, it was clear as day. It was during the time I was teaching. He said, tell everybody that is woke. He said, speak to those who have influence in this world and tell them. He said, you don't know who they are. And I don't. Matter of fact, somebody wanted to write me a letter trying to accuse me of, listen, I don't know any of these people personally. The Most High told me, he said, tell them that it's time. Tell them it's time to use their platform to let the world know we Israel. And y'all remember that, because some of y'all saw that video. And when I put that video out, and then he said, and tell the people, this is the time that they were put here for such a time as this. This is the time to do it. And then right after that, I started getting a couple of emails. Then I heard another person say, I got to tell the world we Israel. Then I heard of another couple who have influence, made a video and said, you all, just want to tell you something. We've been studying the fact that we are the children of Israel. And all of this stuff happened during the quarantine, where we had a chance to spend what? Almost 3, going on 4 months together studying the Bible. And you know what that did? It put all the focus on Israel. And then when the tragic shooting of our brother took place, and the riots and the uprising of our nation, what happened? The whole world was on quarantine. And therefore, YAH was able to use that quarantine to focus the whole world on Israel. So here we are, Israel, now on every television station, every news outlet, every radio station, all day long, all they're talking about is social justice and, marching, and can't keep treating these people like that. And I kept telling the people, hey, don't get caught up in that Black Lives Matter thing. That's not what this is about. This is about Israel. And then, all of a sudden, brothers start coming out with the truth of who we were. And it started making headlines. Then all of a sudden, more people started standing up. And then they would interview a brother or two. They would say, well, you do know we Israel. And they would try to clip it, but they couldn't clip it because it'd be live, And then people were posting. You see, 400 years. So during the protest and thing, people were having signs. 400 years. And what did that do? It started sparking the interest of not just Israel, but the whole world started researching. What is 400 years? What's supposed to happen after 400 years? Then they found out that there was a prophecy connected to our people that at the end of the 400 years, YAH was going to wave his hand a second time. Matter of fact, is it okay if let us read Isaiah 11. Let's read Isaiah 11. Woo-wee. And there shall come forth a rod, a stem, out of the stem of Jesse, a branch. That's Hamashiach for all you non-messianics. Y'all lost, by the way. You lost. You better get on the winning side before it's too late. Watch what it says. A rod out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch, capital B, and shall grow out of his roots, and the spirit of Yahuwah shall rest upon him, the ruach of wisdom and understanding, and the ruach of counsel and might and spirit and knowledge, and of the fear of Yahuwah, and shall make him of a quick understanding. Who is that? Hamashiach. In the fear of Yahuwah, and he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears, but with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. He shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. Woo! And hasn't he been slaying the wicked? My. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. The wolf also shall dwell with the lamb, and the leopard shall lie down with the kid, and the calf, and the young lion, and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. And the cow and the bear shall feed their young ones, shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like an ox. And the suckling child shall play on the hole of an asp. And the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice den. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be, I told you, the earth, the whole earth. Let me read that again. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my holy mountain. For the earth shall be full of the knowledge of Yahuwah, as the waters cover the sea. Verse 10. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse. Did you hear that, you non-messianic maniacs? Y'all lost. Which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and by the millions, Gentiles are waking up to the truth of who is Israel. By the millions, I'm telling y'all, by the millions, Gentiles is looking into this thing going, you know what? They are Israel. Of course. We've been telling y'all this for over 10 years. Woo! And his rest shall be glorious. And it shall come to pass, verse 11, in that day that Yahuwah shall set his hand again the second time. There it is. He will set his hand again the second time. The second time. So refuge was. We didn't know about our temple. We did not know about our Elohim. We didn't know the power of our language. We didn't know our 12. Yes, I know they're going to love to buffer this video. Got all the bars. Right here by me. Yes, I'm right here. I'm going to show it to y'all. Tell me if you can get any closer to your server than the server being right there. The server? How is it buffering? And the server right there. Oh, Mr. Buffer Man, I get it. Telling Israel, we've been under surveillance, I guess. It's all right. Don't matter. When it's all said and done, you'll see the morehyosh who are just shouting over the fact that brothers is 11 before they cut us all the way completely off. And it shall come to pass in that day that YAH shall set his hand again the second time to recover the who? The remnant. The remnant. The remnant. The remnant. Of who? His people. His people. His people. His people. The remnant of his people. The remnant of his people. Of his people. Of his people. Of his people. The remnant. The ones that's left over. The ones that survived it. The ones that made it through slavery. The ones that made it through lynching. The one that made it through and did not deny YAH through all the hanging and the brutality and the oppression and the depression. The ones who made it through injustice. The ones who made it through false religion and gave up false cultures to seek the truth while we were able to do it. The remnant. The ones who said, I'm out of this man-made religion of some kind of European twist on our scripture. The remnant. Where you gonna get us from? He said, well, some of them be left in Assyria. Y'all had maps and all that, but we're not gonna get it today. I'll pull that up on tomorrow. Show you where Assyria is. I got the maps, but I'm gonna take my time tomorrow. Watch this. Where else were your people? He said, well, some of them was in Egypt. And from Pathros. And from Cush. Sound like the motherland, what y'all call today Africa. And from Elam and Shinar. Oh, okay. That sounds like we moving up. And Hamah. Wait, and from the islands of the sea. What? Who took us to the islands? Remember in Genesis chapter 10, we discovered that it was Japheth that went into the isles, which they called the Isles of the Gentiles. So all of them islands, they got to give up Israel too. Yes, it's true. Wait a minute. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations and shall assemble the outcast of Israel. The what? Y'all, hold on. I know. But he said the outcast. That's what it sounds like. That sounds like us. Who the outcast? Who the ones they telling us you can't talk? Who the ones telling us we don't want y'all to ever get together? Who's the outcast? Who's been pushed to the outer limits? Who represents all the negative stats? The outcast.
And praise shall continually be in my mouth. Hallelujah.
But what y'all didn't know is that we had a king that y'all couldn't see. And he said, if I can scatter my people by setting forth my hand, I can also gather my people by setting forth my hand a second time. I told y'all. I told you. I told you. Woo!
I will bless Yah at all times. His praise
The outcast of Israel
will be in my mouth.
and gathered together the dispersed of Judah, not from Babylon. That's not what that verse says. Come on, y'all, read your Bible. That's not what that verse says. It don't say, I'm just going to get Judah out of Babylon. What does that verse say? Verse says, I'm going to get Judah. That's right. That's right. From the four corners of the earth. Who's been scattered to the four corners of the earth? Us, Zion. I didn't say who went on vacation. I don't say who decided that they was going to leave and move to another place so they can have like a better life. No, 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 no. Who against their will was forced, scattered to the four corners of the earth? Us. So where's he coming to get us from? Judah was scattered to the four corners of the earth. Why? We were the last to go, based on prophecy. Based on prophecy, Judah, remember, Judah was still in the Holy Land during 70 AD, during the diaspora. We was told that 800 years before it happened. But he said, but I'm going to come get you. Okay. Woo! My. And the envy of Ephraim shall depart. We got to get with our brother. And the adversaries of Judah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not Ephraim, but they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west, and shall spoil them out of the east together. They shall lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. Woo! Let me tell y'all something. Hold on. Let me tell y'all something. Hold on, Anna. Let me tell y'all something. This thing is almost over. The whole world, we're getting ready to see the conclusion of the matter. I want to once again give shout out to Deshaun, because I don't personally know the brother, but of course if you ever watch football, you can't help but see him, man. He's a superstar. Recognize, man, that he's Israel. Well, of course you Israel. Who else? 40 yards, man, in 4 seconds. It didn't take long. And you know you Israel. And look, they misquoted you, man. I get it. They pounced. I understand that. I get it. That's part of it. The awakening, man, when you start making statements and standing up for truth, understand something. We're going to go through it. It's part of the walk. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. It does not matter if you got high status or low status, whether you famous or don't nobody know your name. This is not an easy walk. But what does it profit a man if he gain the whole world and lose his soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul? Because I guarantee you, man, that your stance on the children of Israel may be that which punch your ticket into the kingdom. So, Hamashiach is about to come back. We're just trying to tell our people who we are. And watch this. The world exploded. One more Hebrew made a statement. That thing went all over the world, and people was emailing me, Moray, did you see? Are you gonna say something? Moray, you gonna say something about Deshaun? And they don't. A lot of people don't know. I said something earlier. Of course, I'm gonna say something about a person who putting his career on the line, just like I said the same thing when Colin Kaepernick knelt down. I did a video. If y'all go back and look at it, I said Colin Kaepernick is right. I said they are misrepresenting what he said. They always do that to the Hebrew. Then 5 years later, 4 years later, however as long it's been since he first kneeled down, now everybody talking about he's a hero and put him on the made him the spokesman for Nike. I said when he kneeled down, if y'all go back and watch the video, I said Colin is right. He's not doing this to disrespect anything about the military. What's the military have to do with police brutality? But then what happened? Wisdom is justified by her children. And right now, they trying to drag our brother to the ringer. Yes. There they go. There it is. But let me give you this. I went to school right here in Cali, which is a beautiful thing. I'm from Cali. And the Most High have touched his heart to really, what he was really saying was, he was just really trying to. Y'all staying in the room? All right, hallelujah. Now, what I'm going to do, because of this extreme buffering, I'm going to finish this video with the buffering. And then I'm going to make another video without any buffering, and then I'm going to upload it. We just want to have everybody in the room, because the whole world now knows we're Israel. Everybody looking into it. And let me tell you something. They don't know what to do. They keep interviewing people, but see, they want to interview him and try to say he's against Israel, and he can't. But he didn't say that. So they say, so why are you talking about other people instead of just to tell the people they Israel? I said, huh? You did what you were supposed to do. Whatever was done, it got out to the whole world. And I'm gonna tell you something. Every major outlet, it don't matter. Every major news outlet is running it. And everybody now got a computer or a cell phone. Look, man, they can twist what you said all they want. I know you was just trying to point out the fact that we are more than Negroes, coons, spooks, and jail prisoners. You were trying to say we're the children of the Most High YAH. And let me tell y'all something. We are. He know it. Every time you understand the high level of athleticism it would take to just make the league. Then you not only get in the league, but you 5'10", out there against all them giants. And you setting records, man. And come on. You know that ability and that gift is so far off the charts, man, that the average culture in this world can only look at that gift and be like, man, I don't know how he do it. Of course. So at night, he thinking about it. Where does this God-given ability come from? Then the Most High YAH said, it's me, the Most High YAH, and you are my people. And it's not just him. Y'all getting ready to see a pouring out. You can't stop the second putting forth of Yah's hand. But now watch this. You can't say morehyosh Yoshiyahu is the only one talking like this now, can you? You can't say it's just a 5 or 6 of us. I got a few brothers around the country, you know, that we keep in touch with each other and encourage one another. Like, hey, man, all we got to do is hold on and stay strong. Because sooner or later, when the time is right, YAH is going to expose who we are to the whole world. And it's happening. So you know what that's called? Waving his hand a second time. We're Israel. Look, ain't nothing wrong with claiming your culture, your heritage. He's waving his hand a second time. And by the way, for all of you who want to watch this video later, I want y'all to hear more right. I know I make mockery of Caesar Borgia because the heathen took a Jeff from Europe and painted him to be our Hebrew Israelite Messiah from Yehuda. But we've read the revelation that you told us was scary. We found out that in Revelation chapter 1, verse 14 and 15, and y'all can put this in the room if you want. See, we not dumb no more. When we started looking for Israel, we started reading the Bible to try to figure out, are there any markers in the Bible that maybe would show us his complexion? Y'all should read this. You know what this color is? That's burnt brass. That's burnished brass. That's brass as though it's been tried through the fire. You see them different shades, but they all look like this. Do you see brass? Do you see them shades? If I keep going, y'all gonna see one of these shades gonna look like Moreh's hand. Oh, there you go. Wait, you mean to tell me he had this was his color? He was this color? Yeah, that's the color, baby. That's the color. That's the color. For all Israel to see, for the world to see. They told you that don't mean that. What do it mean then? It does mean that. We don't listen to you no more. We know that his hair is like lamb's wool. And we know that according to Ezekiel, the Bible said that Ezekiel got picked up by a lock. One lock. Not a little twisty, which you got to curl every night with curlers and put a little thing in. That's not what he's talking about when the Bible say lock. Let's see if I got... Does Moreh happen to have a picture anywhere? Let's see. Let me look at my little stack. Oh! Maybe that look like lamb's wool. Yes! Don't that look like... Look, if I cover this face, you might even mistake that for a lamb. You say, man, you got that? Where you get that sheep from? That's not a sheep. That's a Hebrew. Yeah, we don't need y'all. We don't need you no more. Interpreting our scriptures. We know what a sheep looked when y'all picked him up. In the book of Ezekiel, he said he picked me up by the lock of my hair. That means he grabbed one of these, picked him up. You can't grab nobody by no twist on his sidebird and pick somebody up. Do y'all know what that would happen? No literary sense. That's right. And then y'all want to talk to me. He gonna, what? Do the Zion. So you think that's the lock he talking about? Man, let me tell y'all something. He talking about locks. My beard, if I don't, this thing locked every day. I have to undo it every day. Yeah. Figured they was gonna do it. I can't do nothing about it. All right, I said I wasn't gonna make this video too long. Am I back live? You see this picture? Somebody said, Moreh, there you go. No. I want y'all to see stone. I'm not gonna put up a painted picture today. This is what somebody, and if anybody's ever worked in stone, somebody took a chisel and a hammer and fine tools. I know it's hard for y'all to really understand if you've never worked in stone. Stone is not easy to work with. To put this level of detail into a stone carving would take months. And I want you to notice of the detail. Would you look at the lips? Would you look at the nose? Would you look at the eyes? Look at the cheekbones. Would you look at the beard? See it twisting? Didn't I tell you this happens to my face every day? Do you see the hair pulled back? Brother had on a do-rag last night. There is no way. Now look, y'all say, man, where'd you get that picture from? Look, Israel Institute of Biblical Study. No. Don't say Moray put that up. This come from Israel. This is from Israel. I knew somebody wasn't going to believe me. I knew you wasn't going to believe me. So I went to Israel. That says Israel Institute of Biblical Studies. And they literally say, because Exodus chapter 20 verse 4 tells about graven images, they said the best way to try to figure out who we look like, we have to go to who? The Assyrians. So now you got a picture. Because we all cousins from that area. Do you see it? Not from me, from Israel. That's why I said they playing games over here. Y'all, I've been to the Holy Land. I've been to Israel. They don't play. Well, maybe a couple of people might, but as a nation of people, they can't play the race card like only the European is Jewish in Israel. Man, in Israel, they already know about all of the Israelites that are native to that land and native to what I was telling y'all earlier, which we call East Africa or the Fertile Crescent of Mesopotamia. They still live here. You still see these brothers walking around speaking fluent Hebrew. Only in America they pulling that on you. Oh, I showed you that one already. Who was this? Shalmaneser. I saw this with my own eyes. When we went over to the museum in London, I saw this with my own eyes. And this picture right here is Jehu. Let me hold it still. That's Jehu. And what Jehu is doing, unfortunately, he was one of the kings of Israel, is that he's giving homage to a pagan king in hopes that he could have an alliance with them. And of course, YAH was displeased with this act. But nevertheless, if you were able to really examine that piece, you will see that he has a beard. He has the figure that they did is exactly like the Hebrew Israelites. And here is a drawing of this scene right here. We're Israel. Keep telling y'all that. I remember when I first told my family, One of my brothers told me, man, hold on, I dropped my paper. I'm just as much European as I am African. No, you're not. You're Israelite. You grow your hair and let your beard grow and tell me, and then look in the mirror. Here you go. Maury, where'd you get this one? Same place I got the other one. I pulled this down on purpose to let you all know that the way America and these news outlets are coming down on Deshaun and others that are speaking out about who we are, I just want the world to know that this comes from Israel. They know they are playing a game with you all in America. Nobody in Israel is walking around thinking that all Israelis are from Europe. The Israelites, the 12 tribes, man, it's in their history. It's in their museums. It's in their schools. I'm talking about their literature. You see them Hebrews? This come off a wall in Egypt. Do you see his fro? Do you see the way his beard is growing?
Hearts filled with praise, a beating for hunting, and blessings day, hands lifted. Hearts filled with praise, a beating for hunting, and blessings shall continually be in my mouth. Hallelujah. Yeah.
Look, I'm gonna cut this video short because this buffering is out of control. We're gonna make another video. All I wanted y'all to understand is that when he said I'm gonna wave my hand a second time, he promised to do it. And he's doing it right now. The whole world is recognizing we are the Hebrew Israelites of the 12 tribes of Israel that were scattered to the four corners of the earth, that in these last days he's recovering. And remember, y'all, he's only recovering a remnant. Don't forget that. It's not going to be everybody, but there is a remnant. And I'm going to tell y'all something else. In the next couple of months, maybe less than a year, watch all of the other brothers and sisters who YAH is touching. Watch them start coming out and telling the truth about how they worship and how they believe. Because it takes some people like Deshaun and others to show an act of courage. And when they're putting their life on the line, and you're talking about millions and millions of dollars. You ain't talking about no 10 or 20 bucks. You're not talking about losing something. No, but when you weigh that against your soul, same thing happened with Kaepernick. And I'm not saying Kaepernick is one way or another. That's not the point. He had to weigh something with his own soul. And what I'm saying is, Zion, when it comes to your soul, what would you give in exchange for your soul? This is the time to let the world know we are Yisrael. Y'all better wake up, straighten up, and be cleaned up. Our king is coming. He's waving his hand a second time according to the scripture, and he's bringing his remnant out. And there's nothing that the world can do about it. You can't stop it. Y'all can buffer my video all you want. You can't stop prophecy. You can't stop the awakening. You cannot stop the recovering of his people. Knowledge is going forth, wisdom and understanding. Hey, share this video with everybody. Let them know. Say, morehyosh Yahoo put out a video just giving YAH praise for fulfilling his word when it comes to waking up his remnant. This has been morehyosh ben Yisrael to the 12 tribes of Israel that have been scattered. Just be ready. You're about to see more and more powerful works than these. Because YAH is remnant. Hallelujah.